Welcome back, everybody. This is the highlights for week 7 going into week 8. I hope everybody's having a great day and a great week. Figured this week I would don the Marion Barber jersey. The Gophers are going up against the Hawkeyes this week. Most of you have probably checked your fantasy pages and you see that I have a trade request with Michael Vick to almost all of you. And this is what you could have on your team this week.
3-1, Philly 1-4. A 4th and 2 in the first quarter, and the Eagles will go for it around midfield. There it is at the 38. Michael Vick is able to complete an 18-yard pass to Jason Avant, and then they dump it off to Brent Goal. So they go up 17-0. They would lead 20-3 at the half. Vick would end up taking the ball down.
So make a move or somebody else will have him. I want to apologize this week too. Again, the guy that I usually get the highlights from, his account was actually suspended for copyright infringement rules. We have a very special guest this week. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States is in the house.
In the heezy. What's up?
Not much, sir. Just talking football. Your office gave me a little scare this week. They told me that you might not be able to make it.
I wasn't sure that I should actually come tonight. Biden talked me into it.
Well, he owed me for that little insurgent problem I helped take care of in Basra in 03 when he was... Well, we're all happy that you could make it here today.
It is wonderful to be here.
That was quite a weekend of football last week with the Michigan State-Wisconsin game. It was crazy. What were your thoughts?
What a week.
I'm sure you've seen the flurry of activity that's been on our waiver wire. It's been going nuts.
It's been a whirlwind of activity.
You said it, sir. I love that you follow our fantasy football league. It's great to have you here. Oh, I'm so excited that you showed up.
I'm starting to get a little carried away.
Sorry, sir. I know. I'm sorry. Your office told me you were going to stick around for the highlights. You want to help me get them started?
Let's take a look.
Thank you, sir. Starting off is John and I, and can I get a vote of confidence from you, sir?
My brother.
Thank you, sir. Now, why would I trade Vick? Here's Newton. He's going to, under pressure, and scrambles off to the left, makes a move, then cuts back to the right. He's going to make another 2 guys miss, and then takes it out of bounds, nice and easy for a sweet little 25-yard run. Cam can do it with his arm as well. On this nice 41-yard sideline pass to Brandon LaFell, he finished with 256 yards passing and 1 TD, 59 yards rushing, including this nice 16-yard jaunt to the end zone. Girls added 88 yards rushing and 19-yard receiving and 2 touchdowns, and Steven Jackson had 70 yards rushing and 1 touchdown on the day. The rest of my team, they didn't fare so well. I only ended up with 135 points. Now looking at John, Mr. President, would you like to say hello?
What's up, John?
I'll tell you what's up is this deep bomb to Mike Walls from Ben Roethlisberger on a 95-yard pass. Big Ben had 361 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Here on his second, connecting in the back of the end zone on a nice 4-yard touchdown pass. Plaxico Burress was my downfall. Here on the first 3-yard touchdown pass from Sanchez. This one, a 4-yard pass from Sanchez. And on the last one, a 3-yard touchdown. He only had 25 yards, but 3 touchdowns, and they killed me.
Snatched him.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for rubbing it in. He also had Steve Smith snatching him up all over the place, too. Here on this nice 32-yard deep pass to the end zone, which he almost gets in. We can take a second look. He gets real close, but his knee is down right at the 1. So John's going to take this one, 163, 135. Mr. President, any encouraging words for me?
Hey, you can't win them all.
Now we got Sean and Eric, and they've been at the bottom of the rankings each week. Mr. President, have anything to say?
You guys are still here.
Take it easy there, sir. They had some tough breaks on their roster. Eric has Stafford going, but he only managed 183 yards in this 57-yard touchdown pass to Calvin Johnson. Roddy Weiss had a nice day in this nice end zone grab. You came up with a new catchphrase for it. What is he doing there with the ball, sir?
Snatched him.
Chargers defense helped Eric out here on this nice fumble recovery or interception, and they take it back to the house. They managed to grab one away.
Snatched him.
Do you have anything to say about Eric's team, sir?
And experts agree that if nothing is done, a bad situation could become dramatically worse.
That's all Sean could hope for, with Eric only putting up points in the 90s. Arian Foster almost outscored him. They're here on a nice 16-yard run. This is a nice 26-yard catch where he's going to make a bunch of people miss. He had 115 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. 119 yards receiving with 1 touchdown. There on that play-action fake to Foster, and then he goes for 78 yards and just runs past the Titan defenders. It was an unbelievable game by Arian Foster. And then he finished off the day with a nice 5-yard TD run here. You see, he takes it in, and that would end his day of 3 touchdowns. He put up 64 points for Sean. Unbelievable. As Bryant managed to stay healthy this week and put up 90 yards receiving with 1 touchdown and 24 points here on a nice 34-yard catch from Romo. Bolden added 40 yards in this 5-yard touchdown catch. This team has been like a roller coaster. What do you think, sir?
Lots of ups, lots of downs.
Well, at least for Sean, this got to be one of the ups. Up next, Gordy and David, and we're going to look at David first. He and Matt Ryan going here on a nice 1-yard TD run up the middle. Ryan put up 218 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions, including this 30-yard pass to Tony Gonzalez. Here in a nice 49-yard pass to Harry Douglas, who I feel is probably one of the best porn names in football today. The captain also had James Starks and Ray Rice, and Starks actually had a better day than Ray Rice with 75 yards rushing and 24 yards receiving. Score for the day was Marquez Colston, who had 2 touchdowns and 98 yards receiving here on his second one for 4 yards. Kellen Winslow added 25 yards receiving in this 2-yard TD catch. Now David's early season success has started to fade, wouldn't you say, sir?
The honeymoon is over.
Well, let's take a look at Gordon's highlights.
Speaking of tween heartthrobs,
You should have said he was glistening, sir. His team was. Drew Brees threw for 325 yards passing and 5 touchdowns for 52 points. I showed you the 2 touchdowns to Colston earlier. He had 3 more. Hightower got the start this week with Fred Jackson on bye, and he had 88 yards rushing and put up a nice day until he got hurt on this play. Another look at it here. He ends up tearing his left ACL and is out for the year and on IR.
you know what really tickles me?
I don't know, Mr. President. I would bet it would be something with the Bears. Here, Matt Forte on a nice 31-yard touchdown run, embarrassing the Buccaneers defense in Wembley in London. Mr. President, am I close to... Take that as a yes. Now, don't forget about Calvin Johnson here on a 57-yard touchdown. He had 115 yards on the day with 29 total points. Gordo's team, once again, puts it all together. 5th win of the year. Mr. President?
That's what you do.
Next is Zach and Nick got the easy test this week with Zach, who Schaub was his only big player of the week. Sorry to show you the same highlight all over again, but Schaub had 37 points. He had 296 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Mainly had a big day because of Foster. Eric is smiling because he's not the low scorer of the week. The other highlights I could find for Zach was this Jets interception. Willis McGahee had a nice day with 76 yards, but that was about it for Zach. It was a pretty poor performance, 2nd lowest score of the year. Any thoughts?
That was a joke. What a shame.
Well put, sir. Up next is Nick, and he's starting his 4th different quarterback in 4 weeks, and it doesn't start off good with that interception. McCoy had 178 yards and 31 yards rushing. Sir, who would you start?
And these are the kind of decisions that would keep me up at night.
Well, the one person he doesn't have to worry about starting every week is Mike Wallace, here on a 95-yard touchdown pass from Roethlisberger. Mike Wallace had 118 yards. This one was a laugher with Nick winning by 91. Sir, do you have any jokes to go for this one?
Obviously had a hard-fought battle, and
Finally, we got Kevin and Mike. We're going to take a look at Michael here. Sir, you were asking about him.
where's Michael? Is he...
Oh, he's here, but his team didn't show up. Sorry for the lack of highlights. All I have is this Romo 34-yard pass to Bryant, and Mike only put up 95 for the day. Taking a look at Kevin, also the same, not that many highlights for either of you. I apologize to both. Rodgers had this nice 79-yard touchdown pass to Jennings on the Vikings' blown coverage where he can just take a nice little stroll, maybe get something to eat down on Eat Street, and walks it in. He also had this nice 2-yard touchdown pass to Finley. The team has been putting up monster numbers every week. This week was a little less, but he still got the W. Mr. President?
I feel you.
All right, everybody, I got the matchups coming up, and then I've added my new NFL picks for Week 8. I hope you guys have a great week and a great weekend. Take care.
Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. And God bless the United States of America.